It is so important for we, the African people, to decolonize our minds. It is so important for the African people to emancipate themselves from mental slavery.
La patrie ou la mort, nous vaincrons.
La patrie ou la mort nous vaincrons, homeland or death, we shall overcome. And one of the ways that we can do that is to reclaim what we lost. One of the ways that we can do that is to take back what we have lost. Which is why here at the African Awakening, we are now also going to be talking to amazing Africans who've been around for a long time. Seated next to me is a legend. Is an amazing, amazing lady, is an African queen who is 101 years old. So today we're going to have a conversation with her. We are going to learn from her. We are going to sit at her feet and to understand how she used to live her life, how she used to live her life, and how she still lives her life. So that as we understand that, we as the African people are going to continually understand what we need to reclaim so that we can completely decolonize our minds, we can completely emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. So please join me as we welcome this amazing lady that we're going to be having a conversation with, together with her granddaughter. They are going to share with us today. So I welcome you today to the African Awakening as we together awaken, unite, and transform Africa.
So she's called Monica Nkirote, and she was born in 1925. So that translates to 101 years this year. So she remembers white people with in two ways. There is when from missionaries, and there was this particular one called John Wesley, and then also she remembers them with them the enslaving black people, how they would go to harvest the weed, the bang, with carrying children on their backs, digging on the trenches. So she remembers them from the missionary perspective and as during the when they were slaves of the white people, the white settlers. They would go even in the forest. Start in the morning, they were digging trenches in the forest, and they are carrying children, and that is what now led to the Mau to come, because of how the white people were really enslaving them. So they were digging trenches in the forests. She doesn't. So she doesn't know why they were just were being told to dig those trenches in the forest, and it's just, she says they were just being made to work, but they didn't know why they were digging all those trenches. I think it's just enslavement and just punishing them as a black person. So there used to be white men had employed some black men who will now enslave the fellow black men, and they will just take them in the forest in the bushes to just pluck that bang. So I think it's part of making them to do a lot of work that was not meaningful. Like they didn't understand why they were digging the trenches, why they were unplucking the bang. Yeah. Ako gatiri. Ntikutiki antina naizibu. Yeah. So she's saying that so they used to be harassed a lot, whether you're a woman, you're a man. Women, you carry your child and you go, they will beat them. And now you see how we can have peers of men, like the boys, now the young men of the white people, they used to call them Johnny. That's what she's saying, Johnny. They are the ones who would come to beat them.
White folks.
Yes, the white young white folks. They were called Johnny. So they are the ones who will beat them. I feel like beating. Uh-huh. So she's saying, so the men, there were people, the Mau Mau were in the forest fighting for independence, right? So the reason why they were being harassed and being beaten is because they were the ones who were taking care of these people who are in the forest, the Mau Mau. So they would cook, they would take food for them. So in that journey, they would harass them now and beat them for taking care of the fighters who were in the forest. So that's why they were getting harassed. Yeah. So she's saying the reason, also another reason they used to harass them is because they wanted them to explain what they were taught in Mau Mau. Because she was part of the Mau Mau, but only that them they were not in the forest, them they were taking care of those who were in the forest fighting. But now you can tell that it's bitter, why am I being punished, so it's harassing. That's what I'm getting. Then they will be locked in a camp, and then they will be beaten the whole night, and you're expected to wake up, go back to the forest with your children in the back, go and pluck all those weeds.
Wow, she's amazing. What the Mau Mau, like Grandma Nkirote, were put through was much, much, much more than just harsh treatment. The British colonialists subjected them to a deliberate system of terror designed to break bodies, minds, and the very idea that Africans deserved dignity. As you've heard, she, together with the other Mau Mau women, was subjected to meaningless, backbreaking labor just to break them. People were detained, humiliated, beaten, and tortured to force confessions, to punish whole communities, and to make fear feel normal. That was state-level terrorism. That is why the freedom they fought for cannot be treated like a trophy that we admire in museums and then forget. It must be fully reclaimed in real life, in justice that is not for sale, in leadership that serves the people. That freedom must be fully reclaimed for the millions of young, jobless Kenyans and Africans for that matter, who live like slaves due to rampant unemployment. If that freedom that Grandma Nkirote fought for is not nurtured and protected, then the torturers win twice, in the past and again in the present. That was just the first episode of our three-part series on the priceless sacrifice of our Mau Mau Queen, Grandma Nkirote, together with her fellow Mau Mau freedom fighters. So make sure that you join us soon for the other 2 episodes. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make this your home. And if you can, please become a member of our African Awakening channel. My name is DJ Wakali, and Africa is my superpower.